This is the 2016 Convocation of the University of Michigan School of Information. I have been at this lectern on this occasion twice before, in 2013 as acting dean and in 2015 as the interim dean. And apparently those auditions were successful. I got the part. So I had the pleasure of meeting and speaking to the new master's students. If you guys want to stand, let's acknowledge the new master's students. Okay, keep standing, and the new doctoral students, keep standing, keep standing, keep standing. And the new doctoral students, let's have the new doctoral students stand. I'm going to do the new faculty later. And the BSI students, let's have any BSI stand. Okay, welcome to those new members of our community. Convocation is an occasion for our community to gather at the beginning of the academic year. The root for convocation is a Latin convocare, meaning to call together. And it's an occasion where we call everyone together to welcome our incoming students, check. For students to see all of our faculty in one place at one time, check. And to renew the sense of community that has always defined the School of Information. I want to start by introducing the newest members of our faculty who are joining us this fall. I'm going to go through in alphabetical order. First, Matthew K., if you could stand. Okay. Matthew holds a PhD in computer science and engineering from the University of Washington. He works in the areas of human-computer interaction, ubiquitous computing, and information visualization. His interests include applications with everyday impact in fields such as health, weather forecasting, sensing in the home, and transit prediction. He has interned at Microsoft Research and Intel. His undergraduate degree in computer science was earned at the University of Waterloo, that way in Canada, and he holds 2 master's degrees in computer science, one from the University of Waterloo and one from the University of Washington. In fall 2016, he will be teaching SI 649 Information Visualization. Please join me in welcoming Matthew. Okay, next we have Michael Nabling. Yep, here, present. Michael comes to the School of Information from Carnegie Mellon University, where he was a visiting researcher in HCI. He holds a PhD in computer science from ETH Zurich, a diploma in media computer science from Ulm University, and an honors degree in information technology and systems from Monash University. And if you're keeping score, that is 3 continents, I believe. His research interests are human-computer interaction, user interface engineering, ubiquitous computing, and crowdsourcing. Prior to joining Carnegie Mellon, he was a senior researcher and lecturer in the Global Information Systems Group and a lecturer in the Department of Computer Science at ETH Zurich. This fall, he will be teaching SI 482, Interaction Design Studio. Please join me in welcoming Michael. Okay, next we have Stephen Oney. Stephen joined us last year as the President's postdoctoral fellow at the School of Information, and he begins this fall as an assistant professor in the tenure track. His research aims to lower the barriers to creating computer apps by creating new computer programming tools. He earned his PhD at Carnegie Mellon in the Human-Computer Interaction Institute. He holds a BS in computer science and math and a master's degree in computer science, both from MIT. He'll be teaching SI 106, Programs, Information, and People, this fall. So welcome, Steve. And next we have Florian Schaub. Florian earned his PhD at the University of Ulm in Germany in 2013 and was a postdoc at Carnegie Mellon. You might be detecting a pattern here. His research interests span HCI, privacy, mobile and ubiquitous computing, and the Internet of Things. His primary research concerns empowering users to effectively manage their privacy in complex socio-technical systems. He holds a Bachelor in Information Technology from Deakin University in Australia and a diploma equivalent to a Master of Science from Ulm. Please join me in welcoming Florian. And then finally, I'd like to introduce Vijay Vinod Vidishwaran. There's Vinod. Vinod joins us with the courtesy appointment as assistant professor, and he is also appointed assistant professor of learning and health services in the medical school. He was a research fellow at UMSI from 2013 to 2015, and before that earned his PhD in computer science at the University of Illinois. This fall, he's teaching SI 671, data mining methods and applications. Please join me in welcoming all of the new faculty. So each year we present faculty awards that reflect our commitment to teaching and service. We'll do more formal presentations of these awards in various staff, student, and faculty settings, but I want to take this occasion to acknowledge the honorees before the entire community. This year, our Excellence in Instruction Award goes to Cliff Lampy. Cliff designed the Citizen Interaction Design Program, which started as a 3-year engaged learning partnership with the City of Jackson to improve citizen-city relations. And this fall, they begin a new partnership with the City of Ferndale. In addition, Cliff is a 5-time instructor in SI 110, Introduction to Information, which is our gateway to the BSI degree. From the perspective of his teaching accomplishments, Cliff is a towering figure, and I'm not just referring to his height. His students praise him for inspiring them while educating them. Please join me in congratulating Cliff. The Michael D. Cohen Outstanding Service Award recognizes commitment to serving the UMSI community and its mission. This year, that award goes to Associate Professor Eitan Adar. For the second year in a row, Eitan chaired the overall faculty search process, and he also played a huge role in the HCI search subcommittee, which produced an exceptional roster of candidates as shown by the new faculty I've just introduced. Please join me in congratulating and thanking Eitan. So the accomplishments of the UMSI faculty are many, and I couldn't possibly list them all here, but I want to call out a few highlights from the past year. I'm going to go through in chronological order. In October, Julia Adler-Milstein, you can stand when I mention your name. So, Julia Adler-Milstein received the Seema S. Sanad Emerging Leader in Managed Care Research Award. She was the first recipient of this award given by the American Journal of Managed Care. In addition, in February, Julia received the University of Michigan's Henry Russell Award. This is the university's highest honor for early to mid-career faculty. She joins a previous UMSI recipient, Lada Adamic. Please join me in congratulating Julia. Also in October, Tiffany Vinot received funding in the amount of $6.7 million from the Patient-Centered Outcomes Research Institute to lead a project that studies ways to make dialysis sessions safer for patients through educational interventions. Please join me in congratulating Tiffany. In December, Dragomir Radev was named an ACM Fellow. This is a recognition given to the top 1% of all computer scientists in the world. Drago joins previous UMSI recipients of this honor, including Mark Ackerman, George Furness, Gary Olson, Judy Olson, and Martha Pollack. Please join me in congratulating Drago. In February, Xiaozhu Mei received the Best Paper Award at the 9th International Conference on Web Search and Data Mining. 3 papers were shortlisted for this particular award, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention that one of the other 2 finalists was co-authored by Eitan Adar. So please join me in congratulating Xiaozhu and Eitan. In April, Daniel Romero received the Best Paper Award at the 25th International World Wide Web Conference. Congratulations, Daniel. In May, Chris Brooks won a Best Paper Award at the ACM SIGCHI Conference. In June, Casey Pierce won Best Paper from the Academy of Management Organizational Communication Systems Division. Congratulations, Casey. In June, Florian Schaub received the 2016 Privacy Award from the Symposium on Usable Privacy and Security for a paper he co-authored on a personalized privacy assistant. Congratulations, Florian. And also in June, Paul Edwards was named as a senior fellow of the Michigan Society of Fellows. He is the first UMSI faculty member to receive this honor. So congratulations to all of our faculty. It's not just the faculty who are outstanding. Each spring, we also name our outstanding graduate students of the year based on nominations, course evaluations, and other criteria. This year's outstanding GSIs were Perry Klein and Shonda Phelan. Please join me in congratulating Perry and Shonda. Perry has since graduated with an MSI. She taught both SI 500 and SI 501. Shonda is a doctoral student who taught SI 500 and SI 106. Congratulations to both of them. Congratulations also to doctoral student Melissa Chalmers, who in March was named one of the 20 top graduate student instructors at the University of Michigan by the Rackham Graduate School. We had the foresight to name her our own outstanding GSI in 2014, so congratulations to Melissa. And the Gary M. Olson Outstanding PhD Student Award, which is given annually to a student based on progress in the program, achievements in terms of publications and presentations, as well as service to fellow students. This award went this year to Carrie Wu. Congratulations, Carrie. Finally, I have two staff awards to acknowledge. These awards are presented internally in the spring, but they deserve wider recognition, which I'm happy to provide, as the work of the staff benefits the school at all levels. The Peer-to-Peer Staff Award honors someone who has made significant contributions in service of other staff, and this year's winner was Unix and IT Security Administrator John Lockhart. Congratulations, John. And the Outstanding Staff Award for advancing the UMSI mission went to Career Counseling and Internship Coordinator Katie Dunn. Please join me in congratulating Katie. So we are truly lucky at the School of Information to have an outstanding array of faculty, students, and staff. I know I'm grateful every day for their contributions, and let's have a round of applause for all of them. Okay, just a word about some events in the fall I want to call your attention to, and that you'll make a note, either mental or on your smartphone. There'll be more details coming via various media. On Friday, September 30th, our speaker at the annual John Seeley Brown Symposium on Technology and Society will be Professor Elizabeth Gerber from Northwestern University. She is the faculty founder of Design for America. Design for America describes itself as design innovation for social good. So she's nicely aligned with our mission here. This is a nationwide program based on college campuses where students and their mentors tackle community projects with social impact. Dr. Gerber's research focuses on how technology and organizations foster collective innovations. Her talk promises to be inspiring and intriguing, and I hope you'll join us at the Stern Auditorium on September 30th. On Saturday, October 8th, UMSI and the Taubman College of Architecture and Urban Planning will host the second My Cities Conference. This day-long event will look at the ways information technology are transforming life in urban areas and how cities are beginning to learn how to use these tools and data to tackle their problems, improve the quality of life, and create dynamic places. A number of our own citizen interaction design projects will be featured. There's a modest cost to attend, but you do get breakfast, so. Homecoming is the fourth weekend in October, and we have a number of activities planned. Some of these are reserved just for alumni, but everyone is welcome to attend the guest lecture given this year by UMSI alumna Loretta Parham, the CEO and director of the Atlanta University Center, Woodruff Library. She'll be speaking on libraries in the 21st century on Friday, October 21st. So make a note of those. That's an outstanding way of engaging with the community. Speaking of libraries, as you may know, the MSI degree at the School of Information is accredited by the American Library Association. In fact, we have been continuously accredited since 1927. We're currently about 60% of the way through the reaccreditation process. I want to give special thanks and appreciation to Beth Yakel and Karen Markey. You guys can stand, sure. Who are overseeing this exhaustive, I do mean exhaustive, compilation of documents and data required for the periodic review of our programs. So that's an overview of where we've been over the past year, and it's been a journey, believe me, and what we're up to in the next few months. And what I'd like to spend the remainder of my time doing is sharing some thoughts on the long-range vision for the school, a vision I outlined in parts in my Dean Candidacy talk that many of you attended last spring. So my overarching goal is the creation of a distinctive identity for the School of Information. As the educational sociologist Burton Clark put it, such identities are a powerful source of unity. In particular, in an organization with a shared distinctive identity, Clark said, there is a feeling that there is the small world of the lucky few and the large routine one of the rest of the world. Or as famed theorist and occasional rapper J.J. Harbaugh put it, who's got it better than us? It's fairly easy to say that we are distinctive, but how do we shape and demonstrate this distinctiveness? How are we different from a computer science department, for example, or a business school? To start with, we can point with pride to the fact that for 90 years, we've been at the forefront of helping communities engage with information to help make a better world. I recently spoke with Kay Schwartz, the director of the Flint Public Library and a UMSI alum. She told me that during the Flint water crisis, there were really three trusted entities. The first was Mark Edwards, who I'm sure you all have heard of, the Virginia Tech engineering professor whose studies identified the cause of the contaminated water. Second was Dr. Mona Hanna Atisha, the pediatrician who found that the number of children with elevated levels of lead had doubled since the city switched to the Flint River water source. And third, Kate said, was the public library, which the Flint citizens trusted to provide them with accurate, reliable, and unbiased information. As she told me, we were trusted and accessible 24/7. We didn't need to create the solution, we just needed to know what it looked like and how people could access it. The library provided links to relevant sources on their homepage. They hosted public forums on the crisis. And in Flint, many households don't have broadband. The library has over 60 computers and building-wide Wi-Fi. Kay said, we are not only the doorway to information, we are the knob that allows people to open the door. Libraries are also stepping up to meet the demands for better results in the STEM fields of science, technology, engineering, and math among young people, hosting maker spaces and installing 3D printers, as an example. In Texas, using a 3D printer, a library literally provided a helping hand to a five-year-old girl. Caitlin Vincic was born without a fully formed left hand. Because she was on a long waiting list for a prosthetic hand, her parents asked if the library might be able to create one using their 3D printer. Taking free online designs of the artificial hand, the library's innovation lab trainer and some volunteers went to work and printed her a new hand. Thanks to a $500,000 IMLS grant, Kristen Fonicaro on our faculty is a champion of makerspaces and spent much of the past summer conducting multi-day professional development workshops around Michigan and cities like Coopersville, Saginaw, and Alpena to bring the benefits of these makerspaces to populations in our state. As a second source of distinctiveness, we are exploring more ways to open our doors wider, making our knowledge more accessible to the world at large while increasing the diversity of our community. Now entering its fourth year, the Global Information Engagement Program has brought about 20 students each year to countries in the developing world to work with local nonprofits on their information management needs. The first 2 years, we took students to India under the direction of Joyjeet Pal. The program moved this past summer to Cape Town, South Africa, where students worked with David Wallace on projects that benefited the homeless, the sight-impaired, families affected by HIV/AIDS, and also worked on the anti-apartheid archives at the University of Western Cape. This program will return to South Africa again this summer. While we are able to accommodate only a few students each year in the GEEP program, we are reaching literally thousands of learners around the world via online courses. UMSI was one of the first schools at the University of Michigan to begin offering massive online open courses, or MOOCs. Dr. Chuck Severin's hugely popular Programming for Everyone has taught over 250,000 active learners, and 46,000 of those students have completed the course, at least as of the last minute. I'm sure Chuck could tell us modulo another 10,000 or so. We're cranking along. This fall, we are expanding the school's MOOC offerings by partnering with the university's Office of Academic Innovations. A more formal announcement will be coming from OII in the next few weeks, so I can't go into specifics now except to say that we will be offering courses in our core pedagogical space designed by some of our top faculty. We are excited once again to be at the forefront of connecting people with information via technology to make education more available and more accessible. One of President Schlissel's key areas of focus has been diversity, equity, and inclusion. He stated recently that our dedication to academic excellence for the public good is inseparable from our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. We cannot be excellent without being diverse in the broadest sense of that word. We must also ensure that our community allows all individuals an equal opportunity to thrive. And in that spirit, we are undertaking an initiative this year to increase the diversity of our student body in the undergraduate program through the active recruitment of external transfer students. We will begin by looking in our own backyard, seeking qualified candidates at Michigan community colleges who may be interested in continuing their education with us through the BSI. Following James Angel's wish that the University of Michigan should provide, quote, an uncommon education for the common man and woman, we aim to build the university's best external transfer program. Since the demographics at two-year colleges differ from those at Michigan, when our recruiting is successful, we should begin to see changes, positive changes in the socioeconomic, ethnic, and racial diversity of our undergraduate student body. To aid us in these efforts, I'm pleased to announce that we've been awarded a substantial 3-year budget supplement from the Provost's office to enhance our DEI activities. And finally, an opportunity for distinctiveness occurs through the application of our expertise in the public interest. On our faculty, we have world-class researchers in the field of social media, people such as Nicole Ellison, Cliff Lampe, Paul Resnick, Sarita Schoenenbeck. I'd like to see the School of Information become the world's premier center for research and instruction on making social media safe and productive. We can look to the successful model of the Institute for Social Research on our own campus, which has developed a number of outputs of great public significance, such as consumer confidence surveys, national election surveys, and the National Survey of Black Americans. We can produce metrics that similarly reflect national sensibilities, such as a quarterly index of sociability as revealed through analysis of online posts. The hope is that our faculty and students can do their part to address the breakdown of online social discourse, which is unfortunately on ample display in the current election cycle. To paraphrase the UMSI vision statement, when there's a need for world-changing information discoveries, we will be there. So I'll end with this. For the past few years, what has been a very successful capital campaign leading up to the University of Michigan's bicentennial celebration next year, we have been summarizing our strengths in 3 words: inspiration, innovation, and impact. By inspiring and being inspired, we innovate, and our innovations can and should have impact. The best way to have impact is to forge a distinct identity that unifies us and focuses our efforts. And we will do that through a continuing emphasis on community engagement, by broadening and diversifying our educational offerings, by diversifying our student body, and by conducting research that is in the public interest. So consider yourself now convened. We have a wonderful year ahead. I'm excited. I hope you are. I'll say once again how honored I am to be serving as your dean and as the leader of the best faculty, students, and staff at the university. Thank you for your attention. Welcome to the new year. Thank you.